And now turning to West Africa, where Nigeria has issued a travel advisory for its citizens planning to travel to Australia. Nigeria has cautioned its citizens planning to visit Australia to exercise heightened vigilance due to an uptick in reports of harassment and discrimination against foreigners in the country. In a statement released on social media, Nigeria's foreign ministry said that there was a surge in anti-Semitic and Islamophobic hate crimes in Australia. It warned that surging cases had increased the risk of violence against foreigners. It advised its citizens to be mindful of the prevailing cultural and social dynamics to ensure their safety in the country. Now back to its claims, Nigeria particularly highlighted an incident from December of 2024 in a suburb in Australia's Sydney, where a car was set ablaze and anti-Israel graffiti was sprayed on the buildings nearby. And now Australia has witnessed a rise in hate incidents since Israel's war on Gaza began in October of 2023. Last month, in another incident of hate crime, mask-wearing arsonists had set a synagogue ablaze in Melbourne, pushing the country to appoint a special envoy to combat anti-Semitism and Islamophobia in the country. And Australian authorities also pledged to crack down on hate crimes and high-profile incidents in the country.
Well, anti-Semitism is something that has been around for a long period of time, of course. But anti-Semitism has been on the rise. We call it out wherever we see it.
But Nigeria's advisory to its citizens seemed more of a retaliation toward Australia. It came just days after Australia issued a similar warning to its citizens against visiting Nigeria. On the 20th of December, the Australian government published an advisory cautioning its citizens to reconsider their travel to Nigeria. This was due to growing terrorism, acts of kidnappings, increasing civil unrest, and crimes in the West African country. Of the 36 states in Nigeria, the Australian authorities labelled at least 24 states as places that its citizens should not travel to. That included states such as Borno, Delta, Gombe, Kaduna, Kano, Niger, River and Sokoto, among others. Now, the Australian government also cautioned its citizens against public displays of affection and cross-dressing in Nigeria, as the West African country had strict laws against same-sex relationships. So, in such a situation, it seemed only relevant for Nigeria to caution its own citizens too. However, some observers found Nigeria's response contradictory. They said that Nigeria highlighted only a standalone incident in its warning, while condemning Australia for its multiculturalism and tolerance. They further said that the 2024 Global Peace Index rankings painted a very different image about Australia. Australia was ranked in the 19th position out of 163 countries, while Nigeria was ranked in the 147th position. But with this new cautionary advice to its citizens, concerns are emerging on whether there are tensions brewing in an otherwise stable diplomatic relation between Nigeria and Australia.